barely got a pulse here.
Move him out.
Where are you taking her?
Where to Memorial. Best care in the Citadel.
We're not going with?
We need to see the council.
Right. Looks like they might be coming to see you.
Commander Shepard, got word you were arriving.
Captain Bailey, good to see you again.
You too. Though it's Commander now.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Now half my job is dealing with political bullshit and escorting dignitaries around. No offense.
None taken. So, you're here to bring us to the council?
I'm here to tell you the council is expecting you, but they are dealing with their own problems with the war and everything. They apologize for the inconvenience and blah, 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 blah. Meet them here at Adina's office. They'll be ready soon enough.
All right.
You might have time to go by the medical center if you want to check on progress over there.
Thanks, I might do that.
You go on ahead. I'll head up to Adina's office.
One of my men can show you the way. You?
I'm just a tourist today. I'll try not to get in any trouble.
Commander, we've got a situation in the embassy quarters. We could use your help.
I'll be right there. The other half of my job. I'll see you around, Shepard.
No doubt.
Yeah, before we go anywhere near the council, like Commander Bailey now just said, we're going to go visit Ashley to check up on her in Huerta Memorial. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
Welcome to Certa.
We're going to grab everything here. Yeah, when we do... After we completed a... any mission of... So, oh, hang on. Dr. Michelle and Dr. Chakwas.
Here's Shepard now.
That's very unexpected.
Dr. Chakwas, you're here?
I'm working at an Alliance R&D lab down in Shelter Wards, coordinating closely with Admiral Hackett.
Ooh, nice.
I escaped Earth in the Normandy, and that someone was critically injured. I came as fast as...
Much appreciated, Doctor.
Synthetic on Mars. Ashley took the worst of it. How's she doing?
Very well, all things considered. I'm impressed with Lieutenant Commander Williams' resilience, as well as Dr. Michelle.
I need to double check, but if anybody does know, let me know down in the comment section below. Are there any, like, prelude comics to Mass Effect 3 that I can catch up with? I am aware of the Genesis, like, catch-up or montage, even though, unfortunately, I selected it in Mass Effect 2, which means, unfortunately, I'm unable to select it in Mass Effect 3, which is a very stupid mechanic, I know.
Yes, though I suppose if you were judged to be a war criminal,
I swear if the Alliance had charged her with anything, I would have been very, very upset.
I couldn't agree more. You say the word.
Welcome back, Doctor. Couldn't see us doing this ordeal without you.
Yes, Commander. And thank you.
Don't thank me so soon.
Yeah.
Remember,
Joke is still aboard, and he's up to his usual shenanigans.
If he's been remembering his medication.
Somehow, I highly doubt that, Doctor. So we've caught up with Dr. Chakwas. Let's go and catch up with Dr. Michelle. Last time we saw her was in, what you call, Mass Effect, all the way back in Mass Effect 1.
It's been a long time. You've come a long way from that small clinic down in the wards.
Because of you, I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't dealt with Fist and his thugs. Now I'm head physician in a Presidium clinic. You gave me this chance. I assume you're here about Lieutenant Commander Williams?
How's Ashley doing?
The head trauma was severe, but we reduced the swelling quickly. These types of injury can go either way. She hasn't regained consciousness yet, but her vitals are strong, so I'm optimistic. You can go see her if you like. She's just down the hall.
This war may leave a lot of injured people homeless. Can the Citadel clinics care for them all?
We're fine now, but I'm worried. Every hospital on the Citadel is preparing for the worst. I hear the docks are tightly controlled, but we just can't leave people floating out there forever.
How are your medical supplies holding up?
We're well stocked now, but I can't say I'm not worried about the future. We've posted guards on our reserves. War profiteering has already begun.
With a center of this size, you must have a lot of direct reports.
We've got 12 full-time doctors and over 50 support staff. It can be overwhelming, quite different from my days in the wards.
Keep up the good work, Doctor.
You too, Commander.
Glad to hear that Dr. Michelle is doing well for herself, but I guarantee things are going to get a hell of a lot more worse before they get better. But with those two catch-ups now completed, let's go and check in with Ashley. See, oh good, the doctors have stabilized her. Fingers are crossed that she pulls through 100%. Given her stubborn nature, she probably will.
You got pretty banged up there, Williams. Had me worried. I just wanted to check in on you. See how you're doing. Despite all this, it's good seeing you again, Ash. Get some rest, okay? I'll come by when you're feeling better. We'll talk. You need anything, Doc, let me know. Okay, Ash. You take care. I'll see you soon.
Alright, we are going to leave Ashley be for now, but before we head to the elevator and up to the embassies, we are going to have a quick gander around Huerta Memorial to see if there are any more side quests we can pick up, and I'll explain why after this dialogue is taking place.
Ship out?
I have some bad news.
Ooh, what's going on here?
Correctly, but infection had already set in by the time they found you. I'm sorry.
Ow!
Below the knee.
What? But I don't understand it.
Oh my
It
days.
doesn't even hurt.
It would if we took you off the painkillers, Lieutenant.
Okay. Yeah, the more side quests that we pick up for finding items, collecting items, excuse me, the better chance we have of increasing our reputation, acquiring more credits, and building our armada for when it comes to the final battle against the Reapers. But there aren't any other side quests to pick up. So with that done, let's head to the elevator and up to the embassies. And on that note, welcome back everybody to yet another episode of my Mass Effect 3 series from the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm ShadowStyle91, and in today's episode, yeah, we've arrived back to this, or returned to the Citadel. Hold on a sec. Yes, so as you can see on the screen, we've just picked up another side quest to retrieve or collect an item from a specific point or specific sector in the galaxy. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to collect certain items until we progress further throughout the story. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just wandering around trying to see if there are any more side quests to pick up. And, of course, we're going to go check in with Commander Bailey.
Here, Ms. Al-Jalani. The Council's simply not granting interviews at this time.
My viewers are going to know that CSEC and the Council are denying them access.
Listen, lady, you think I like playing gatekeeper between the paparazzi and the politicians? I don't have time to babysit them, and I'm not here to hold your hand.
Well, I'm camping out until I'm granted an audience.
Fine. I hope you brought a sleeping bag.
Commander Shepard? Commander, humanity has questions.
Damn press.
I see you're keeping the peace.
Yeah, I feel like a glorified doorman.
Most people would see it as a move up.
Wedged in here with all the stuffed shirts? I'd rather be back down on the streets. I appreciate the higher pay grade, but I'm not a political creature.
If you didn't want to be upped, why'd you accept?
You don't say no to Counselor Udina. Well, maybe you would, but I gotta live here. I know, squeaky wheel gets the oil, but I didn't lobby for promotion like some other officers. I'm not even sure why he picked me. Never know with politicians. I hate political BS.
Politicians are the weeds of the galaxy.
If that was a bumper sticker, I'd stick it right here on my desk. It's killing me about Earth.
You and me both.
I haven't been back in years. Now I may never. If this ain't the end of days, it's pretty damn close.
You don't have to tell me twice about that, Bailey. But with that done, we are now going to go and catch up with the council to debrief them on everything. And then when we're done with that, we'll go and talk with Kalisa.
Councillor Udina said you'd be coming. If you'll follow me, the council is already in session.
We've got our own problems, Councillor. Earth is not in this alone.
But Earth was the first Council world hit. By all reports, it faces the brunt of the attack.
By your reports.
The reports are accurate. Earth was attacked. By the Reapers. And it's just the beginning. We need your help. Everything you can spare.
Each of us faces a similar situation. Even now, the Reapers are pressing on our borders. If we lend you our strength to help Earth, our own worlds will fall.
We must fight this enemy together.
And so we should just follow you to Earth?
Even if we were to unite our fleets, do you really believe we could defeat the Reapers?
I don't expect you to follow me without a plan.
Counselors, we have that plan. A blueprint, created by the Protheans during their war with the Reapers.
A blueprint for what?
We're still piecing it together. But it appears to be a weapon of some sort.
Capable of destroying the Reapers?
So it would seem.
The scales. It would be a colossal undertaking.
No. I forwarded the plans to Admiral Hagen. The remnants of the human fleet are already gathering resources to begin construction.
Our initial calculations suggest it is very feasible to build.
If we work together.
Have you considered that the Reapers destroyed the Protheans? What good did this weapon do?
It was incomplete. There was a missing component, here. Something referred to only as the catalyst. But they ran out of time before they could finish building it.
Do you really believe this can stop the Reapers?
It sure as hell beats standing around and arguing about it. And while I haven't always agreed with Udina, he's right about this. We need to stand together. Now more than ever. The Reapers won't stop at Earth. They'll destroy every organic being in the galaxy if we don't find a way to stop them.
The cruel and unfortunate truth is that while the
Ungrateful
Reapers focus on Earth,
pieces of
we
shit.
can prepare and
If there ever was an option to let the council suffer while we build alliances, I would so much take it. And quite frankly, honestly, I should have just let the council die back in Mass Effect 1.
Shepard, meet me in my office.
I hope that's an offer of support. I'll be digging up what I can on this Prothean device, Shepard.
They're a bunch of self-concerned jackasses, Shepard. We may have a spot in the council, but humanity will always be considered second-rate.
How can they be so blind?
They're scared, and they're looking out for themselves.
Our people are scared, and we are looking out for them the best we know how.
Counselor?
Commander, I can't give you what you need, but I can tell you how to get it.
I'm listening.
Primarch Vidorian called the War Summit, but we lost contact with him when the Reapers hit Palaven. Those meetings won't proceed without him. The Normandy is one of the few ships that can
I
extract
really wish there was a
Primarch
third
Vidorian
option on that
undetected.
dialogue wheel saying, you're not helping us, we're not helping you, F off out that door
We
right
can
now.
argue the past later if you like. But the leaders of this summit will be the ones deciding our future. The fate of our fleets, where they fight, and with whom. A grateful Primarch would be a tremendous ally in your bid to unite us.
We're at war. And you want me to play politician?
If it gets you what you need, what does it matter? Our latest intelligence says that the Primarch was moved to a base on Palaven's largest moon. I've done all I can to help. The rest is up to you. There is one other thing. The Council wanted me to tell you. We've chosen to uphold your Spectre status. And various resources will be made available to you. Good day.
Well, that went well.
It's a start. I'll talk to the others in the meantime. See if we can support this summit. Move things along.
Thanks.
The Council. You saved their lives. And for what? Apologies that boil down to maybe later. If we don't figure out something, maybe later will be an epitaph on a mass grave of 11 billion.
I know what I'm gonna do. What are you gonna do?
Humanity has created some goodwill in the galaxy. Now we cash in our chips. I will get what funding I can, what materials I can, and spread the message. Help the humans, help yourselves. I'll institute a draft in our colonies and order all civilian ships armed. Work on the Prothean device will be around the clock.
Any news from Earth?
There is constant news. All of it bad. The Reapers are destroying satellites and the old nuclear missile silos, along with everything else that could help. We have a handful of quantum entanglers spread out over the continents. All other communication is cut.
Did you know a lot of people on Earth?
Many. It's monstrous to think of them being snuffed out, of course, but the part that gets me is Arcturus. I must have known most of the Alliance Parliament on a first-name basis. I required a second VI just to track all their birthdays and anniversaries. Rose Garden stuff, but to have it all gone.
You're a Citadel counselor. Don't you have options when the others block you like this?
With Parliament destroyed and Shastri gone, I have more power than any human in history. But today, you saw how little that is. Rest assured, I will not be counted out long. I know I can move mountains. Do not lose sight of that, because the task before us is moving planets.
Anderson would be proud, so long as you deliver. You think you can do that?
You need a carrot or a stick to drive a mule, and humanity has neither right now. Our armada is tied down fighting or fleeing, and with Earth's comm buoys gone, our economy is reduced to an IOU. But leave that part to me. I will lean on our colonies for all they're worth, and I can broker enough trade to repair and resupply Hackett's fleet.
What's your read on the counselors? Any angles I could pursue?
Tavos is a diplomat and compromiser, but she's wrapped up in defending Asari space like a mother panther. Valorn is out of his depth. The Solarians like their wars won before they start. They're frightened now. Use that. In Sparatus, I'd take what he offers. It's strange days when the Turians are the least hostile to humans, and there's a need there.
I should go.
I'll be here.
I appreciate the insight, Udina. But with that done, we're going to head into the Spectre office to check out what we can actually interact with and what we can't. Alright, good to know. Also, I want to give everybody a quick heads up. If you saw a third terminal in the Spectre office, I will let you know that is actually very important for keeping one of our old squad mates alive, and I'll explain that in a later video. And unfortunately, we can't acquire anything that's on the Spectre terminal vendor. Okay then, so with that done, we're going to head out of the Spectre office. And we are... if memory serves me correctly, there is two more people we can interact with, one of them being Kalisa. Alright then, so let's go and interact with Kalisa. And we are actually going to recruit her as a war asset.
Kalisa bint seen in Al-Jalani. Isn't it true that you were on Earth when the Reapers attacked? How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best we can expect from the Alliance?
I came to get help for Earth. For everyone.
What about all the people suffering while you play politics with the Council? What about them? How can you stand here while our families die? What are you going to do?
Kalisa, we're doing everything we can.
Before they cut the feeds, there were so many dead.
I'm gonna stop the Reapers or die trying. But I need your help. Keep asking the hard questions. Don't let the Council forget about Earth.
I will. Thank you, Commander. We haven't always seen eye to eye, but I'm glad you're on our side.
Okay then, so with Kalisa successfully recruited, we're now going to talk with James to see what's on his mind.
Hey, Commander. Liara told me the Council's not interested in helping us.
Something like that.
Why would they? Look at this place. There's no war here. People are whispering about it. They're talking about it, but they don't really believe it.
I take it this is your first time here? With the elite of the galaxy?
I've been to the Citadel, but never up here on the Presidium. It's not right. It looks pretty, calm and peaceful. But it's not right. It's all just an illusion.
It was peaceful. Once.
But was it? Really? I mean, when push comes to shove, they're just gonna turtle up. Hope it don't hit them too, right? They'd rather believe in this than face the truth.
They're in for a rude awakening. Every species will fall, one by one, if they don't work with us.
No shit. Can't believe it's even up for debate.
So, you still want to go back to Earth?
Hell yeah, but...
But?
You were right. So was Anderson. We can't stop them alone. Besides, looks like you're gonna have your hands full convincing these pendejo politicians to help us. And I'm up for it. Whatever it takes.
Glad to hear it.
I'm gonna head down to some of the lower levels where they keep it real. You got some spare time? You should come and find me.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, James, you won't be able to stay down on that level for long, because we are heading back to the Normandy. And if memory serves me correctly, because it has been a hot minute since I've played Mass Effect 3, we are going to be exploring the retrofits that the Alliance did. Oh, hang on, yeah. Completely forgot about this next war asset we can recruit.
Commander, just who I was looking for. Diana Allers, Alliance News Network. I think we can help each other.
I suppose you want an interview?
Even better. I'm a military reporter with a show called Battle Space. We're carried on just about all Council planets. My producers want me embedded on a human ship, and I want that ship to be the Normandy.
Why would I want that?
Wars can be won or lost in the editing room, and this war needs to be won. I've got Alliance security clearance and operate without a crew. You get veto power over the segments I file. Can you handle an arrangement like that? Or do I keep looking?
Tell your producers yes, for now. We'll see how it works out. Report to the ship as soon as possible. Any questions?
How much gear can I bring?
1 foot locker.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay then, so with Diana Allers successfully recruited aboard the Normandy and there's another war asset, we are now going to be heading back to the Normandy and heading out of the Citadel. Because quite frankly, the Council have pissed me off once again. Spooky. Where the hell have we ended up now, ladies and gentlemen? And whilst we try and figure that out, if anybody has missed any other of my Mass Effect Legendary Edition videos, I shall leave the playlist link in the video description down below for your viewing pleasure, everybody. So make sure you check that out when you get the chance. And if anybody is new to my channel, I hereby welcome you. And of course, if you do like what you see, please do myself a favor. Please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, along with the bell so you can receive notifications for when new content has been uploaded to my channel. And for all those who do consider hitting the subscribe button down below, hang on a second. Oh, I think I know what's going on. He's having a nightmare about the individual he couldn't save back on Earth. Ouch. Anyway, as I was saying, for all those who do consider hitting the subscribe button down below, ladies and gentlemen, you truly are a legendary individual, and it always helps push my always helps expand my channel little by little. Every time you do hit the button down below, and it always helps push the video platform algorithm to help promote my content every time something new has been uploaded. Because at the moment, YouTube are fucking useless. They don't care about anybody but themselves, and they rather see the channels who are cheating sabotaging the legitimate channels to thrive. And now, yeah, that looks like the end of that nightmare.
Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you all right?
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
When the Reapers hit, I could hear people screaming in the streets below me. We left a lot of them behind.
There's no way for you to save them all. But I know you're doing everything you can, and you'll get back there in time to help.
I hope you're right.
Don't blame yourself, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
Slow down, Specialist Trainer. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Why don't you tell me about the retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line, quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Trainer has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, EDI.
Oh, wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
EDI's an AI, fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, ED, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCom.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
The Council has been a pain in my ass from day one. I'm done with them.
Then what's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
What about Earth, sir?
We'll just have to hope Anderson, and what's left of the Alliance forces, can hold out until we've dealt with the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Okay, so if anybody can see the intel pop up in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, those actually grant us additional bonuses as well. And welcome to the War Asset terminal, keeping us up to date on all you know, war asset updates, total military strength, etc. For any updates for all the factions that we encounter. So, for example, the only ones we've unlocked so far are the Alliance. And if anybody wants to read all the details in full, don't forget to hit the pause button down below, ladies and gentlemen, so you can read it in more detail. And once you've finished reading through everything, don't forget to hit the play button to resume the video. So that did go through. And what I mean by that is, if you explore all the sectors 100% during Mass Effect 2, you actually gain a mineral resource boost.
Commander.
And if anybody's wondering, oh, hang on a minute, you missed what you call ship model laying around Normandy. I have actually gone around and collected most of them. I think I've forgotten one, but I'll come back to it at a later date.
Hey, Commander.
And I will be uploading that in a separate non-commentary video, just for those who are new to Mass Effect 3 and need help exploring the ship, finding the ship
They've
models.
spent years denying the threat. You think they'd be prepared now?
I was kind of hoping that maybe they were planning in secret and just not telling you about it because, you know.
No, they decided not to help because it's them. They think they're better than everybody, and they just don't give a fuck about anybody else but themselves. And if you saw the pop-up text earlier on the screen, during the during my separate non-commentary video for collecting all the ship models, which does include the hamster as well, Trainer has actually briefed us on the Sanctum side quest.
When I was working on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush or a change of clothing until I made some emergency purchases on the Citadel.
Next time you need something, just ask. We're all in this together.
Oh, it's no trouble, Commander. I'm sure you have larger concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay, yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
Carry on, Specialist.
Okay then, so that's the catch-up with Specialist Trainer done. We are now down on Deck 3, and I said DECK YouTube, not the other thing you thought I'd said. What we're actually looking at here is the memorial board of people we've actually lost across Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. So, as you can see here, we're heading to the old XO office to catch up with Liara to see what's new.
Commander Shepard. It's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph, instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
If anybody does remember the intel pop-up we received after talking with Admiral Hackett,
It was less than ideal.
those sorts of intel pop-ups can actually be
At least the
exchanged
Council can't
at
deny
this
the
terminal
Reapers
right here
exist.
where Shepard
But
is
I'm not
looking
sure
at.
how much comfort that is while they bicker over
And
which
after
portion of the
Liara
galaxy
has
to
finished
save.
talking with Joker, we are going to talk with her to catch up on how she's been getting on, because we never
I'm
had a chance
flattered,
to when we
I think.
reunited on Mars. As you can see here, our mod kit, we have the option for ammo capacity or shield strength, but I'm going for shield strength because we are definitely going to be needing that going forward.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
We did technically have Liara on our squad in Mass Effect 2, but it was only a temporary measure. And the reason why it was only temporary, for all those who have not played through Mass Effect 2...
Hello again, Shepard.
I won't spoil it, but for all those who have played through it, we
How
all
much do you know
know
about this
exactly
Prothean
what went down.
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship? Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus's ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Okay, so a couple of other things when we are going to go catch up with Dr. Chakwas next. One, I'm actually using a new mic setup. If you saw the pop-up text after the opening cutscene happened, let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. And second, if anybody does hear me hesitating, stuttering, struggling, and or botching any of my sentence pronunciations throughout any of my videos, ladies and gentlemen, with me being an autistic individual, talking is not one of my strongest points, but I'll do my utmost best to bring you all the best content that I'm possibly able to. And now let's catch up with Dr. Chappell to see how she's settling in back on the Normandy.
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
Guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
You've never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
How's our inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
Glad to see that Dr. Chakwas has fully settled in back on the Normandy. So with everything on Deck 3, that's D-E-C-K YouTube, not the other word you thought I said, we are now heading down to Deck 4 to explore and see what's new. And again, I have collected the ship model down below and the space hamster. So we are going to catch up with Engineer Adams, who we have not seen since Mass Effect 1 on the Normandy SR1.
What are you doing here? I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
Okay, so if memory serves me correctly, I think Diana Allers is also on Deck 4, so we're gonna go check in with her, see how she's settling into her new role aboard the Normandy.
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Here I thought the Elcor were immune to crying. Also, yeah, every time I've spoken with Allers during that specific dialogue segment, I've always chosen Get as support. I don't actually know what happens if we choose let everybody know what's going on with Cerberus. So now we're on the cargo bay once again. Let's catch up with Lieutenant Steve Cortez to see what his role is on the Normandy.
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo!
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So, you can fly fighters and fix them?
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy Retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded EZO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small EZO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
Ah, and here I was looking forward to piloting the M44 Hammerhead again. And now, before I forget, if anybody does undertake a main story mission or side quest, like for example the Sanctum side quest, you explore the facility thinking, oh, there's no items to collect, or I think I've gotten everything. If you do, however, if you do get it into your head that, oh, I think I might have missed a couple, no need to worry about it too much, and you don't need to think, oh, I need to reload my last save data, go back in that level and re-explore. There is an easier way for you to regain those items that you might have missed, and that method is going into the Spectre Requisitions vendor, either on the Citadel or in the Normandy Cargo Bay vendor, and look at any possible items that below the weapons and armor.
Yeah, we're gonna rescue
And now we,
Turian Primarch from Paladin.
talking with James to catch him up on our next plan of attack.
Never been to the Turian homeworld.
Hopefully we can reunite with an old friend when we do venture to the Turian homeworld to rescue the Primarch.
Great. Not sure what there is to talk about.
Yeah.
You already know.
Shepard wasn't allowed access to anything because they just assumed the worst about him when he joined forces with Cerberus after they brought him back to the dead, brought him back from the dead, and of course destroyed the collectors.
Well,
at least James was willing to give him a chance.
think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Oh, a challenge being thrown down.
I think I can handle
Bring it on, son of a bitch.
Okay, loco. Let's dance.
All right then. You're going
Don't
down,
push your
Vega.
luck, Vega. With age comes wisdom and rank.
Ha, you sound like my old CO.
Oh yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Left yourself wide open there, Vega.
Nice.
Took the opportunity and I struck.
What do you mean was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them...
Pretty tough
or
choice.
the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry.
You didn't know at the
That's
time.
a tough call.
So you can't really blame yourself much.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You bet your ass I was.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Again, you lowered your defenses, took the opportunity to strike.
You shrink too?
Nope. But that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So?
Gonna need
Maybe you
all
don't
of
care if
squad
you
mates
live or die.
at 100%.
Or maybe.
Especially for the mission we're undertaking.
I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn...
Ain't we all, but we're not gonna be stupid about it.
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Usually the best way to give a pep talk.
Thanks for the dance, loco.
A good old-fashioned sparring session. Loco, really?
I can think of worse things to call you.
As long as
Meh.
you remember who's
Yeah.
in charge, you can call me whatever you want.
Okay then, so with the end of that sparring session, everybody, that is going to bring today's episode of Mass Effect 3 to a close. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know down in the comment section as well what you thought of my new mic setup. I might be returning to my original setup for the next episode. So until the next episode, everybody, where we're actually going to be taking another detour to complete another side quest. But you'll see what exactly when we undertake that video. So until then, I've been Shadowstorm91. Stay safe out there, take care, and I'll catch you all in the next episode of Mass Effect 3. Bye bye.